Welcome back to the Devil in the DLs. It's not no agenda today. It's just me by myself, early morning settings, got my coffee ready, reacting to the Daily Mail story about Man United staff allegedly being unhappy with SCG's influence over transfer dealings at Man United. We've seen stuff from Neil Custis in the Sun. I don't take him seriously. Dressing room spats, I don't take too seriously. I'm not stressed about that. We've seen Gary Neville come off mute to say Ten Hag's been backed, and that's a bad thing. It's Gary Neville. Not taking that seriously. What else have we heard in the last 24 hours? Simon Jordan blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm not taking that seriously. there's a lot of stuff I'm not taking seriously. There's one other story that escapes my mind. I think the Telegraph covered the same story. Please make sure you smash the like button and share the stream. I know Ben. Do you know what it is? My ADHD gets the better of me. I just kept going round in circles about the information I want to present because I'm going to take a deep dive into this Daily Mail article because the headline says one thing, but actually, in the article, they're so cheeky. These people got no respect for Man United fans because we lap up, because Man United fans sort of lap up so much negativity. In this article, you've got agents brazenly, cheekily just saying we're angry that Ten Hag is taking money out of our pocket. It literally says it in the article. So let me change my setting quickly just so you guys can, because there's other screenshots I have that you guys might not see properly, right? So this is the headline. Man United staff concerned by the influence of Erik Ten Hag's agent Keys Voss over transfers with his agency behind the Rasmus Højlund and Sofran Amrabat moves. Okay, cool. This is my thing. All of the stuff in the article in relation to this, I'm not even getting into it. Honestly, a waste of time getting into it. Complete waste of time. Because at the bottom end of the article, the journalist does their job and gives you facts that contradict the headline and this narrative. So what's the point of this headline? This is what do they call it? A hit piece. This is a hit piece. They know most people aren't going to delve into the article and understand the nuances of it. Fortunately, I do. So we'll skip over the nonsense associated with the headline and we'll get to the facts, right? Just straight away, like, where do you get, like, can you imagine this, right? Let me know if you can see this okay as well. Other agents are unhappy at what they perceive as losing out on potential deals due to the link with Ten Hag. That's how brazen these people have become. You've got agents using the media and the climate around Man United, openly complaining that, yeah, the business dealings are a little bit different because SCG are, and we don't like it. And when you find out what they're complaining about, it's even more laughable. We'll skip that middle paragraph. I mean, it does mention that SCG also represents City. And also, by the way, City have one SCG player, their left back, whose name escapes me. We have one SCG player in Højlund. Just saying. Cool. The Dutch agency, and what basically, if you look at the last paragraph, right? After Depay, Van Persie, and Blind, or Van Persie, Depay, and Blind in that order, rather, right? SEG's business with Man United dried up. Completely dried up, but somebody else was making money with Man United. And what this is really about, right? I'll get to that part in a sec. So the journalist does more fact checking. 45 intermediary transactions published by the FA. And by the way, this summer's transaction will be published in March, right? But for last summer's business, SCG are not listed once as intermediaries for Man United. Not once. They will be in the following year. But last year, 45 intermediary transactions. I'll show you what that looks like, but that includes a registration of a youth player, contract renewals, club-to-club negotiations, and a contract for a new player joining a club, like a player registration. It involves all of that stuff. Anthony, Lissandro Martinez, all these deals, nothing to do with SCG. They weren't involved in any of them. But again, look at the headline. Why would the staff be concerned about SCG's influence over transfer dealings when we had 45 intermediary transactions last year and they weren't involved in one? And then this year, they represented one client in Højlund, acted as the brokers in the Amrabat deal, and they helped sell Zidane Iqbal. What's really going on here? Could it be let me go back to this. What they're telling you, right, underneath all of this is about competition. Competition for Man United's money. There could be new owners coming in. And if Ten Hag stays, there are certain people who've got very comfy at Man United in recommending football players. Never the ones we need. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second as well. So they're speaking to competition, right? Rasmus Højlund, if you don't know, his family did what Haaland's family did. They hired Raiola to go from Salzburg to Leipzig to City. Højlund's family, Højlund knew he wanted to join Man United. He knew Man United wanted him. They interviewed 24 agents. Kees Vos, who they picked from SCG, did an interview with the Mirror speaking about it. So there was competition to get Højlund. The Amrabat one, I'll get to that in a second. Let's skip to the last one. They took a client from CAA base. Who are they? They're a big company. 50% of, getting to them more, 50%, right, of their value comes from working on brokering deals, club to club, right? Not on behalf of their clients, doing business for other people's clients. We'll go back to the bullet points. This is just funny, right? So this is where Man United need to be careful. I need to get serious and stuff. It's just funny to me because it's just comical. It's like a drama. This is some House of Cards stuff, right? So SCG have taken Sadan Iqbal from CAA base. They, by the way, they did a merger with CAA Stella, so they're effectively the same company, right? Amrabat's agent works for who? The Stella Group. So you got them competing. They've taken one client from that group, and then Man United are using them as a broker for the Amrabat deal. The same company that lost the client to SCG. Man United need to protect their manager. And I tell you what, when I start showing you the players we missed out on, if we go back to this, right, you guys probably can't see this very well. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in a little bit, right? So I'm not angry at Eric Ten Hag changing things at Man United and the big agency we deal with, because I tell you what, I don't know if you can see it. We didn't get Camavinga having a relationship with Stella Group. We didn't get Jack Grealish. We didn't get Kingsley Coleman or James Maddison. Most of their best players are not here. They've just acquired Ivan Toney. We probably won't get him. Probably costs too much money. Ben Chilwell, as an example, he's one of their clients. Heung-min Son, we'll never in for him, but I'm just saying, their best players, we got Varane, cool, and we got Luke Shaw. We don't have any of their best players. So I don't mind Ten Hag changing the dynamics at all. Like, I don't mind one bit. It don't bother me. Now, let me zoom in some more. I need people to... So see this company, right? CAA. Between their two companies, because they merged a year ago, right? 2.7 billion transfer market value on the players' contracts that they have. And that's 1,300 of them. Yeah? We look at SCG compared to them, 305 million euros. And look how quickly they got Cody Gakpo and Højlund, and then look how quickly the value drops to a £22 million player, a 30 on the first page. You go to CAA. By the way, I couldn't even get the whole of the first page. Let me go to Stella. You're halfway down page 1. You're talking about Ben Chilwell, and by the way, this is real market value, right? The real market's inflated. Chilwell cost 60 million, but the transfer market website has him at his real value is 35 million euros, right? So these are the people complaining that they're losing money. These are the people. It's an absolute joke. That story about Højlund's family picking and interviewing 24 agents and then settling on SCG, Kivos, Ten Hag's agent, you can find that in the Mirror. There's a few other things I wanted to get to as well. The Athletic covered this a year ago. Why a merger of two biggest football agencies, I'm talking about the CAA group, could make it a one-stop shop for clubs. Now, when you go on transfermarket.com, you can find out what agencies have the most players at certain football clubs. And I did a little bit of research, and what I found out was CAA based, CAA Stella, same company, have 7 players at Tottenham. 7 players. Have you seen a headline at any point about their influence over Daniel Levy? There are 7 players at that football club. They have currently, if I look, CAA based there, 4 players at Man United, and one of them's Højlund. The other one's Luke Shaw. Can't remember who the other guys are. When I skip ahead to this is City. At City, they got 5 players. 5. I'm not going to include the rest of the so-called Big 7 or Super 7, whatever you want to call them, but I did the math. It's not hard. They have 21. CAA have 21 players between Newcastle, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Manchester United. 7 of them being at Tottenham. Ever seen any of these journalists speak about the influence of this one agency over the so-called Big 7 and how many players end up at the Big 7 football clubs from this one agency? No. So while this talk about SEG, when all they've done is acquire one client in Højlund, did an intermediary deal for Amrabat, and sold Zan Iqbal for 1 million. Man United Football Club need to start protecting their manager. That's just the way that I look at it. They need to start protecting the coach. They need to do better. Sending briefs to the United stand, not enough. They need to do a lot more, because this headline, right? This is what they call a if I go right back to the beginning, get it? It's a hit piece. This is a hit piece. You've got agents telling the media, using the media as a mouthpiece to say, well, I'm happy we're losing business. Absolute joke. If you're one of those Man United fans that saw 45 intermediary transactions, got upset because you think the world revolves around Man United, how can we have 45 transactions? That's crazy. How about we look at some of these transactions very, very quickly? Let me go and share this screen. Let me go present. I'll stop this for a second. Hope everyone is doing well this morning as well. Hope everybody's good. We'll go to, that's the wrong one. It ain't going to be a long video, by the way. I'll be done in 5 minutes. Don't worry. Make sure you smash the like button though, please. There we go. So, just so you can understand very quickly, intermediary fees, this is for the 21-22 season, right? Let me scroll up. I was looking at that earlier. Manchester City, surprise, surprise, number 1 at 35 mil. Man United, 29 million. Chelsea, 28. So, the big clubs are spending money, as you'd expect, right? No shock there. Now I'm going to show you what the let me get the transactions so you can see it club by club for that same summer. Yeah, see the exact same. You'll see what the article's referring to, just in case people think Man United's 45 is abnormal when it really isn't. So you go here, you see intermediary transactions. You've got the date there for the period. You can see Arsenal, right? When you scroll through, in fact, what I'll do is, let me get to Brighton. A lot of transactions for Brighton. A lot of transactions. But this is what it looks like. And it will tell you exactly what it's for. Permanent transfer out. New registration. Updated contract. Right? Scholarship application. Everything is in there. Everything. Look at the amount of volume for Chelsea. Insane. Absolutely insane. And it will tell you who the intermediary is. Unless you're doing a Roman Abramovich, you can't hide this stuff from the FA. Oh, CAA base pop up there. Stella pop up there. What are they doing? I don't even know who that is. Oh, Saul, international loan. They brokered that. Interesting. CAA base again. Oh, Chalobah updated his contract. Interesting. Oh, this CAA base. Reece James updated his registration. Yeah, they're making money on all these things. Joe Cheam, Christian Anderson. Is that who I think it is? Oh, this is Palace I moved on to. My mistake. Let me get down to Man United and Man City very quickly. So just you see, when it says 45 for Man United, you can see it's similar volume for other teams. You look at City down here. You look at Man United. So you can see Man United deal with the Stellar Group. Mengi's updated registration, Stellar Group. Alanga, updated registration, Stellar Group. Mella, Stellar Group. Who else have we got? Say Base, remember that's the same company. Paul Hudson-Wilson, updated registration. They got a lot of players at Man United. More than I realized, actually. All these could be intermediary deals. Varane, we know they have, pointed out before. Twanzebe, they worked on his loan out last season. Another youth player who I don't know, updated registration. So if you noticed, have I got to SEG yet? Have I got to them yet? I've even gone to Newcastle. This is Man United deals last summer. Or rather the summer before. You can't see SEG, can you? Let me go to, what would it be, 22, 23, intermediary transactions. Got it here. Just in case people think I'm lying. You guys know me, I like to be accurate. Only thing I've done there is I've put it in the wrong window. I always do stuff like this. But yeah, the fact that agents are coming off mute just to, yeah, I shouldn't be in shock, right? Nothing should shock you in football. But it's more so the language in the article where they're just blatantly saying we're upset that we're losing money. That's what's got me like, what's going on at Man United? Do the agents have people in their pocket, right? People they've been doing business with for, quite some time. Remember, he was Gareth Bale's agent. When did we sign Luke Shaw? 2014-15? A long time ago. Read out some comments quickly. I think this is just the media spewing shit because they know fans will believe it. No, I think this is actually happening. I think this is really going on. I think these agencies, they know the Qataris are coming. If Ten Hag is going to steer Man United in a different direction in terms of doing business, trust me, it's not a bad thing. If agents are complaining that they're losing business from Man United, it's not a bad thing. Pat's brother works for FSG. Yeah, facts. Everyone knows this. Do you feel these negative news are planted and to sack Ten Hag things? So that's what I thought to begin with when I saw the headline, right? So my bad, I was on the wrong setting before. Let me go back to this so you guys can actually see things properly. So yeah, that headline, that was my initial thought then, to be honest with you. But then as soon as I read the article properly and took a deep dive into it, I was like, the headline's just to draw people in. That's all it's there to do. It's actually not what this is about. This is about agents seeing an opportunity. And I'm going to have to start looking into whether Gary Neville's connected to these people. Because the fact he kicked it off in the morning, somebody pointed out to me in space yesterday. Gary Neville started with Ten Hag has too much power. Then in the evening, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph are saying people are concerned about SEG. Man United have done 18 transactions this summer. They've done 3 of them that we know about. That's 16%. I don't see that. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Why are you concerned about 16% of Man United's overall transfer activity? Something don't smell right to me. But yeah, you can see Man United's here, right? I want to make sure I can find. Yeah, you can see Malacia. So it will tell you. It'll blatantly tell you the player's name, permanent transfer in, so you can see who did, who the intermediaries were for Lisandro Martinez. You can even see, I like this one for Alvaro Fernandez because it's got 2 people's name on it, right? So you can see 2 people worked on the deal. Anthony, you can see 2 different people worked on the deal. The media have all of this information, right? And it's put it in the article. To be fair, even though the headline's garbage, the article has the facts. SEG are not in here. They're not in here. Oh, Stellar Group, but is that for Man United or another football club? For Newcastle. I tell you, if you just scroll through, right, I'm not even joking. How many football clubs can I see with this Stella Group? Because I don't see the media talking about them. Bournemouth, already I've spotted one right here. Can you guys see the writing, by the way? Let me know if you can see it. Can you guys actually see it? Let me know if you guys can see it. But I'll scroll across so you can see we're on Bournemouth. Just so you guys know where we are. We're on Bournemouth. You can see some of the players. Finding Stella's name and CAA base is not hard. It's really, really not hard. Stella again. We'll keep going down. We're talking thousands of transactions here. Stella again. What football club is this? This is Brentford. This is Brentford. Stella. CAA base. That's the same company. CAA base, the same company. What players are we talking about here? Bennett and Sorensen. International loan out. Intermediary for that. How long before I see their name again? Oh, look, Stella. The same football club. Oh, no, it's Brighton. Have you noticed you're not seeing SEG? Right? Jensen Guy Weir. Don't even know who that is. Stella again. I'm scrolling through quick. You know, these guys have 1,300 football players on their books. But people are concerned about SEG. Don't make no sense. Chalobah, Chelsea. I can go on and on with this. Honestly, I can go on and on. Let me just get some of the comments. I'm going to be off so you can see it. Glad you can see it. Morning, Ross. Morning, Harrison. Indiana. King Stash. Appreciate the super chat. God bless, bruv. Keep grinding, my G. We must win versus Bayern. Yeah, listen, I'll be happy for a draw. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'll be happy for a draw from that game. The best. That's the best we can hope for, man. You're supposed to type PM, Indiana. That's what you're supposed to type, right? Dress room spat's about to happen, Danny. Yeah, the Neil Custis thing is Neil Custis. Like, what else is he going to write, Indiana? We're a certain age so we can remember him. Just to refresh quickly before I go. Let me get my presentation back. So I'll do this quicker. Early mornings, sip of coffee. The headline is about the staff. There's some fluff about the staff in their headline, right? But when you get to the article and skip over that nonsense, you see what it's really about. Agents unhappy, they're losing out on deals. SEG, Ten Hag Agency, they've got Pep, they've got his brother, they've got one player at City, one player at Man United. After Van Persie, Depay, Blind, their business dried up at Man United. Other people have been eaten. That's really what this is about. I've just showed you the transactions. SEG are not on there. And you've seen the amount of transactions that are on there for every football club. I've showed you when there's two parties involved, it's listed in what the FA publish, right? Yeah, SEG didn't work on any of those deals, none. And they've only worked on a few this summer. What's the complaints about? Hoyland, competition for him. Agents are upset. CAA base lost Iqbal to SEG. Then Man United used SEG to be brokers for the Amrabat deal. Amrabat's agent works for CAA. What are Man United doing there? That's why I'm looking at the football club sideways. You're playing games there. So they've missed out on that club-to-club brokering. Remember, it's 50% of their value. Brokering deals, not just representing their client. Their value is 2.7 billion, 1,300 players. SEG, tiny compared to them. Tiny. 305 million. Top two players are Gakpo and Hoyland. On the first page, you see the value drops immediately, £10 million players. You go to the CAA group, come on, you don't even get their best clients. I'm happy if Ten Hag takes business away from these people. We didn't get Camavinga, we didn't get Grealish, we didn't get Maddison, people like Kingsley Coleman. We didn't get any of these guys. They've got, don't know if you spotted that, if you can see it. They got Eze as well. We're not getting their best clients. So if Ten Hag is steering business away from them, yeah, I'm not mad at it at all. Again, the Hoyland one, that story about how the agent got the contract, the family picked the agent they thought could, get him to Man United. He wanted to come to Man United. That deal was already in motion. That won a Ten Hag SEG thing. And yeah, the Athletic covered this a year ago. This big agency and big agencies like them, they have a lot of football players. They want to control that market. SCG linking up with Ten Hag and Man United, if they're successful and they become the go-to intermediaries, that's a lot of bread. If Man United spend, I don't know, another 300 million and they're brokering 25% of those deals, from the competition's perspective, they've lost out on money they were getting before SCG got back in the picture. And like I said before, CAA have 7 players at Tottenham. If Tottenham fans, if you've seen headlines and I missed it, fair enough. I ain't seen no headlines about this. Daniel Levy being influenced by CAA base and CAA Stellar Group, effectively the same company. They got 4 players at Man United. They had 3 previously that have gone, by the way. So that's 7 players of theirs that have come and gone in total. Sorry, 3 that left, and now we've got 4 of them on the books. And there's more in the youth team that aren't showing up here. City, CAA, Stella, 5 players. Where's the headlines? CAA influencing Pep. They got 5 of his players. They got 5 of that agency's players on the books. So, yeah, for me, that story on Ten Hag is just, that's what you call a hit piece. Man United fans, for me, need to do a better job calling out the media, because they're just going to keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you nonsense if you don't push back on some of it. Hopefully we can get a decent result against Bayern, go and beat Burnley, because when you win football matches, you control the narrative. It's as simple as that. I will share the links to the stories, so the Athletic story, the Mirror story, and the Daily Mail one. You could probably find it yourself, but I'll share it in the description after the fact. Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And yeah, I hope that was clear and concise for you guys and you understood what I'm saying. You've got agents smelling blood. They see themselves maybe losing relationships at Man United. And maybe there is some truth to that Muppeteer's story about internal conflict. Maybe some of these agents and bigger agencies have people on the payroll, really, really good relationships at Man United, and Ten Hag is steering John Murtough and other people away from that. And if that's the case, I'm backing Ten Hag even more. If agents are moaning because of what Ten Hag is doing, please tell me how that's a bad thing. I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Good morning to everybody. Hope you all have a productive day. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.